I'm committed. I'm committed.
All right.
Eli, Minnesota. Eli, Minnesota for the lower 48s is like the dog sledding capital of the country.
Yeah. All right, introduce yourself, because this is for posterity.
video?
Oh, yeah. Posterity.
Oh, okay. Prosperity.
Mr. and Mrs. Posterity.
Okay, is it on now?
It's on.
Okay,
Oh, it's already
I'm
on.
David Pusher Bowen. I am a male,
Yeah, you can
black,
grub. You can grub.
heterosexual, Christian, independent, conservative,
Oh my.
American, born and bred,
American.
born and raised.
And me over in the middle.
Man in the middle.
Michael David Count Bowen. And I'm wearing my cat burglar outfit. I'm 50 years old.
Ooh, talk about it.
Grew up in LA, lived in Brooklyn, Boston, Atlanta, and spent too much time in Texas and Seattle.
Which
Now I live 5 blocks from the beach.
It's still there. It's still
Nah.
there.
in the ice?
In the ice.
And my watch is smaller than Flavor Flav's.
He was on White Swap.
It's your turn, David.
No, Brian.
Me?
I said who I was.
Brian Thomas Bowen. I'm in mourning right now because a certain author has removed Pluto from our solar system. I'm currently in mourning of the ninth planet.
I don't believe this.
So I'll try to hold back the tears as much as possible.
Wait.
Because
Astronomers are racist.
Wait, did you heard what Pluto said?
what did Pluto say?
I was big enough for your mama.
And on that note, back into my feelings.
All right.
I don't believe this. I don't believe this. It's on YouTube.
No, I already
on the
was the first
Patreon.
one.
No, it's.
I was the first one.
I'm speechless. I'm very, very proud, more so than I can convey in this little documentary snippet. Very proud of my sons. They are, among other things, super dads, first and foremost. They're super sons and super dads and super husbands or super husbands to be, but they're just groovy dudes. And I have said this 1,000 times. I mean, every time I go. In fact, last night I was at Antioch. There's a program called Bridge over there, and everybody I was a guest last night, and I was talking about writing poetry, and I couldn't get into who I am without talking about these guys, and they're phenomenal kids. So I'm so glad that they're here in the Elbow Room tonight. We're going to be hanging out for, I don't know how late, but we'll be hanging out as long as the beverage lasts and as long as our spirits are high. Our spirits are high, not the spirits making us high.
Until Pluto arises over the horizon, we'll be here that long.
That's who we be. And we got between now and the next time we do this, at least the next time we video, we're going to have to think of a song or a motto or something that everybody
And a
can
ranger's
know.
hat and shovel and a pair of dungarees. You
something
can
like
see
that.
me in the forest always sniffing at the breeze.
It won't be that.
He can find the fire before it starts to flame. That's why they call him Smokey. That's how he got his name.
Are you going to turn this off or is it going to continue to run?
This is going worldwide. YouTube.
Anyway, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. One of the things we're going to hopefully spend a little bit of time tonight talking about is next year. You know, what we're going to do with our respective crews.
Wakanda on the train, right?
Running the train, the K train, Wakanda, K train, Wakanda.
I'm sorry I mentioned next year.
I like that idea. I mean,
It is.
It can happen.
Y'all right?
I haven't been there yet.
You like it?
I'm sure I would.
Now, I don't know if I'll make the trip. I send the kids because
Okay.
next summer actually is Kay and our 20th anniversary.
Oh, wow.
We're planning on taking
Oh,
a cruise
let's
next
toast to the coming
Well, I'm
up
supposed
20.
to, yeah. I'm
No,
toast
no,
my
no, no.
19.
No,
Toast my 19.
19.
Yeah,
19. And then 19.
19.
19.
No, 19.
In World War II, the average age of a combat soldier was 21 years old. In Vietnam, it was
19.
and then 19.
We'll see the 20th next year.
That's
Well,
nice.
I just did
So what do you
17.
have? What do you have planned?
Well, I was gonna put the kids on a train to Wakanda, and we were gonna take a cruise. And probably just
Oh,
do
nice.
Mexican Riviera,
Nice.
probably.
Oh, that'll really be nice. Cool. Cool.
So is Acapulco still the Mexican Riviera?
I think so. I mean, I haven't really researched or looked into it yet, but I think it's Acapulco, Mazatlan, and Cabo or something like that.
Okay.
So at least
That
it's
is-
like three
that's-
cities.
that's
something
right.
like
Cool.
that.
We did that.
It's right next to Headless San Lucas. Down in Mexico. It's kind of a volatile situation.
And you know,
Really?
we've
That's
been to
understandable.
Cabo before because
Cabo.
we
Mom
first
had
got
a
married.
timeshare.
Cabo.
Mom had a timeshare there. That's where we
Yeah.
spent our honeymoon. Our
Yeah,
first,
I'm gonna come.
our wedding night, of course, we was in
Cabo's
Vegas
neat.
for 2 nights.
Cabo's nice.
And then in October, we got married in August. In October, we went to Cabo for a week. Mom had a timeshare right here on the water. Beautiful, beautiful place. Really,
Cabo's
really
very nice. Very nice. Cool. What do you got? What's your big plan for next year?
Well, we start with Chris's 18th birthday. So
That's big.
he's got that, and I have to come up with something. Besides, I won't have to sign on his Xbox anymore. I don't know. So he graduates, so we got to do. We're spending a little extra, getting all this stuff. And send him off. Courtney will be 17. Kira's birthday is next week.
That's right.
So Kira's 15 next week.
Kira will be 15.
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding.
Yeah, I know.
Gee.
So
I want one of those, Brian.
There's three containers.
I will.
Oh,
I will
okay.
finally
All right.
retire my federal debt.
Oh,
So
good for you.
I've been paying since
Wow, a long time.
'98,
98.
and I will have retired all of that. And so you guys know why I complain about taxes, because I already pay that much, and on top of that, for back taxes. So that is the reason I am not part of the ownership society. Although I do have a little money socked away, but I've been for a long time. So we're gonna burn that. We're almost done. We got maybe 2 more payments.
Wow.
So I mean,
Here's two. Here's
Yeah.
two more payments.
so,
All right. Salud. Salud. All right.
and
Here's no more payments.
that's about it. We just want to, get Chris off into school, and then Courtney's next.
Cool.
Chris, thinking about where you'd like to go?
Chris has applied to all the states, so he's decided he's going to be a business major, and he said, "Dad, I want to go to a school where I can come out with no debt." So I said, Cal State's great. So he's got SLO, Pomona, Northridge, Long Beach, San Diego State, which he knows is a party school, and Fullerton. So he's got all those. So he's likely going to go to Long Beach, and he'll do finance and accounting.
That's where you went, right, Brian? Long Beach?
Kay and I both graduated from there.
I didn't know Kay. I thought Kay went to USC.
Kay graduated from Long Beach State, so did I. Although we weren't there at the same time, but
Yeah, I didn't know that.
yeah, we both graduated there.
So he's all good. And since he did the wedding, now he thinks he can play piano and sing at the same time.
Oh, he sang. He that's
So
what he did that for?
well, yeah, they did that.
I haven't seen the video.
I haven't either.
India Irie, what is it? No, not
I'm
India.
not my hair.
No. The other one.
I'm not my hair.
That's the movie Irish.
No, not India Irie. Strength, Courage, and Wisdom. Is it?
That's in the Irie.
All right. So
That's
who
her
did?
first album.
She, Alicia Keys.
Oh,
So he
okay.
did Alicia Keys for Lisa
Wow.
and Rick. Nothing at all. So he actually played the piano, and then Courtney and Kira sang, and then he joined in and sang.
Oh, that's
So now he's doing that. There's another song that they're playing now, so he jumps on the piano and Courtney starts singing.
Did anybody tape it?
Yeah, I got it all.
Okay, I want to see that.
Yeah.
I really want to see that.
So we got to do our Christmas tree this week. We got our Christmas picture, which is, and then I'm going to New York next week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So our annual party. I will been with my company for a year.
Right there.
Oh, wow. cool.
How much time?
It's my 1 year anniversary.
Oh, okay.
With the coolest company I ever worked for.
Oh, okay. All right. That's good to hear. Tell us about the company you work for.
I work for the fine citizens of Los Angeles.
You're sworn to protect and uphold the law.
Nicole?
No. Epic's teeth.
Oh, here, put on my leather jacket.
I know, that's what I'm
You
doing.
got-
It's right behind, it's right behind. Oh, there it is, right down here, sweetie.
You gonna go play with it?
Yeah,
I am.
yeah, that's fine.
Oh, she turns out she doesn't want that hole for the broom.
I
The one
know.
that was up there.
I know,
like,
because-
crossed it,
Yeah.
and then I closed the door.
Yeah.
Go and grab it, man.
Oh, I know a big deal. The
Hey,
police,
let me see.
police are
One
dealing with
more of
now.
yours. You got your portfolio with you.
No, I only have
yeah.
this. I'm in this winter show.
How many of your pictures did you bring tonight?
That's the only one.
Because I want to take a
Is that
picture.
cool or what?
That
I'm
is
in
really-
this art
that's
show.
nice.
Uncle Brian,
You're a lucky
I'm in
man,
this
baby.
art show.
Oh, you are.
It ends
Girl,
today,
got
though.
talent. Girl got talent.
Excellent.
Good job, sweetie. Here.
You good up?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah, just put it on. There you go.
Do you work mostly with pencil or ink?
Right now in design class, we're using ink and pencil in drawing class.
All right, let me know.
Look at that! Crazy, huh?
Clean it so it doesn't welt.
What do you got
Oh,
planned for next year?
Oh, a couple milestones next year. Brandon is going to strike out on his own in January. He's working full time now, so he's going to get his own place. He's thinking about living with his big brother Phil, but he's definitely going to be moving out on his own, working full time. So he's striking out as a man.
That was the weirdest thing, though,
Yeah.
at the wedding,
What's that?
to watch
we were dancing.
Brandon and Liz and Chris, or Brandon and Chris and Courtney and Kira, all in the same
Dance
car.
circle.
No, to see them driving away in a car.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that was
that's
so fun.
yeah, that is. It really is.
That was wild.
It really is. Yeah. Parenting is one of the
Great
greatest
for-
spectator sports. You know, after the heavy lifting in childhood.
What was that?
It's awesome, man.
It was like the guy at the gym that says, exercise is a wonderful thing. I can sit here and watch people do it all day.
It's all day, all day, all day.
So what's up for next year?
Oh, next year. So January. January is my retreat. So I always go back to my country ideal in Wakanda. So I'll do some writing and reading. Make a little dent in the Western canon that I've been collecting slowly. So I got some Solzhenitsyn I'm going to be working on. Got some King Lear I'm going to be reading. I'm going to be working on a little bit of James Joyce.
And the serial novel?
And the serial novel, it's called 120 Letters. It started out as a writing prompt that Danya gave me. I said, give me, because I've been doing the journal thing for a long time, give me a person's name, give me the basic demographics about them, and I'm going to write their story. So she gave me this girl's name, and she told me she was 18 years old, or 19 years old, and she's from Atlanta, Georgia. So I made her a freshman at Brown University, and I'm writing a book about her called 520 Letters. And 520 Letters represents all the letters that were written to her by her father, who was incarcerated for 10 years. And at the end of the book, he gives her a box of 10 letters, of the letters, 520 letters.
Interesting.
And when he gets released. But he basically killed a drug dealer, and he was released, and he was innocent the whole time. He got a college degree while he's in prison. So these are the letters that he wrote her while he was in prison. So it's called 520
And
Letters.
he never mailed them, basically. He held on to them?
He held on to him the whole time because his mother, his wife didn't believe him either. And so they became estranged, and there's this conflict. So it's really a book about reconciliation. She reconciles with her dad. She reconciles with her mother. She also reconciles with the neighborhood because she grew up in Atlanta, and she's always wanted to escape that.
I thought you were going to send something.
I am. I'm still going to do that. I'm still going to do
Oh,
that.
okay.
So it'll probably be close to January that I'm able to pass the baton. Like I said, this is going to be a serial novel, so I developed the character to a certain extent. Then I'm going to pass the baton and really kind of surrender to the creative impulses that we all latently have, and then you guys can take it to the next place, and then we'll pass it, and we'll kind of pass it around and see what we can do. But we want to put a deadline on it. I call plans.
You said
Plans
5
are
days.
basically dreams with deadlines. So let's put
Dreams
it.
with deadlines.
Dreams with deadlines
I like
are plans.
that.
So we could try to
I like
wrap it
that.
up next year sometime. But everything that we read plays into what we write. We can't think thoughts that
that's
we
true.
haven't first entertained. And by feeding our muse, by voraciously reading and experiencing and really paying attention, Mike and I were talking about the fun it is to really observe life, just to kind of sit back and just kind of watch this grand play that is life. And it's really pay attention, get outside yourself. That's one thing I've noticed, and Liz was saying something brilliant about animals. She said, Dad, the most highly developed animals are the ones that play. Wow, that's amazing. I said, Dad, ants don't play. Rats don't play. She said, dogs play. Lions play. And she named all these animals that actually play. And her whole thing is, unless we meet all of our basic needs, we don't have time to play. So she wants to play all the time. She sees herself as being very content. So I thought that was a really cool insight.
Let me just share one thing about
But
rats.
then Guru and Gangstar said never no time to play.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Sorry.
No, but
Jasmine Tech.
seriously, I didn't know we were going to end up talking about rats and animals, but there's an article in the Times, LA Times today about rats, and it said that rats are infinitely more empathetic, compassionate than they get credit for. It said they did an experiment, University of Chicago, which is no lightweight academic institution, and they had a bunch of rats in a cage, and then had one rat that was isolated from all the other rats, and it was in a little mini cage that had a little latch on it. And it said that the other rats, the rats that were having a groovy time, were distracted by the fact that one of their colleagues, or whatever you want to call it,
By the mother.
yeah, all by itself.
She was just a hot
And
rat. It was like, can we get her out of there?
and that's what they did. And what the experimenters tried to do was to distract the other rats with all kinds of goodies, little food, or little snacks and stuff. And the rats concentrated on getting their buddy, their comrade, out.
Okay.
And they finally figured out how to get the latch open. And then they did at some point, and the rat came out and was with its colleagues and whatnot.
And then
Who
ate
knows?
But okay, no. So that was the chronological progression of my year. So that's the January thing. And then the next milepost is going to be March. We're
Yeah, what happens in March?
Donnie and I are getting married in March, in really small. Just going to be me, the kids.
Are you going to be there?
And then me and the kids.
You be on time?
I'll be on time. And her parents and Dad and Abba, I guess if she can make it. And then we're going to do a bigger picnic thing in the summer, and then we're going to host Thanksgiving this year. So that's
Nice.
we're going to big place up at Big Bear. You saw it, right? You saw the one.
I'm sure you give me the URL.
Did you go there,
No, I
The
didn't
big-
go to
the-
that place.
Cindy? Did you go there?
Where?
Did you
the
and
last
Cindy
time
go?
I went is to
Where are you talking about?
Oh, okay. Remember when we went up in spring break? Me, Danya, the kids,
To
Big Bear, and you guys came up the next day.
oh yeah.
Mike
Okay.
didn't go on that one, huh? He didn't go on that trip, huh?
No.
Okay.
No. We
That's
went
that.
in fact, we stayed at the cabin of Michael's friend. What's her name, Mike?
the Addicts.
Yeah, we stayed at their
Okay.
cabin. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the snow and the
Yeah,
chains
that was awesome.
and
That was pretty epic.
I don't think.
all right. What about
Hey,
Lone
that
Pine?
10 years.
What about Lone Pine Lake?
When you didn't really give a date.
No,
I'd love to go to one.
Yeah, that's the Long Pine Lake would be great.
That'd be awesome.
You up to that, Mike?
I don't know.
Ah, we got to do
See,
Lone Pine.
I just read Michael Crichton's last book called Micro, And I was telling David, he take all these graduate students at Harvard or MIT, and they're all studying biology, so they understand insects and plants and stuff like that. And they're just like, he's playing up his last thing against environmentalists, where they say, you want to save the rainforest because there's all these new drugs that all the possibilities, we haven't exhausted those, and we can save people's lives. And so he takes them, and one of the researchers' brother is the head of this new corporation that's coming out with these new drugs that nobody's ever seen before. And so he takes these 6 or 8 graduate students and he puts them in a rainforest in Hawaii, where the brother's corporation is. And the secret is that he has figured out how to reduce people by a factor of 100. So they're all now half an inch tall.
Reduce them in size.
Reduce them in size. And so now they're fighting ants and butterflies and moths and spiders and centipedes for their lives. It's a very dark book. So I just finished that one, and the one before that was Larry Niven's Ringworld, which is something. Part of the story is that there's one race of aliens that play humans and another race of aliens against each other for their own purposes. So when you start talking about rats being sympathetic and all that stuff,
empathetic.
That's just because that's what we do. We play with rats. But they wouldn't be so much fun if you were rat sized.
I know some racist aliens. Right here in LA. Lots of them.
Nah, that doesn't happen. They're all
Racist
nice people.
aliens.
They're all nice people.
Ain't nice. Ain't nice. I want y'all Burger King. Woman there, she's 35 years old. She got 20 years experience flipping burgers. How am I going to compete with that? How am I going to compete with that?
I don't know. How you gonna compete with that?
Gendry said I could compete with that if I learned how to be a janitor.
But the other people say, if you're poor, you can't be greedy.
Can't be greedy.
Only rich people can be greedy.
Yeah. All the poor people I know are fat. Dad, you know that's real. You know that's real.
Quiet.
You know that's real.
Quiet.
You know they figured out when McDonald's is gonna do the McRibs. It's when the price of pork goes down.
Real.
Only time you can get a
Pig
McRib
stimulus.
is where when the pig prices are low,
Unbelievable.
and that's the only time, because there is basically no fast food pork. Nobody does it.
You're
'cause
right.
Pork is too expensive.
You're right.
Chicken is not expensive. Beef is not expensive.
And they sell
Pork is
out
expensive.
when they put those things back on the market.
Right.
Unbelievable.
So
Brilliant.
it's-
Brilliant.
McDonald's has got it timed.
Brilliant.
For a limited time.
So what's happening in?
It's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. I mean,
So like
Basically-
there was no season, and now there's sort of a season.
the season was on hold because the owners and players are trying to, the collective bargaining agreement ended.
Okay.
And so when it ended at the end of last season, they said we've got to try to negotiate the summer to get this thing fixed over the summer so that we can start it at the beginning of the season.
Mhm.
That didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
Negotiations
Super
went
committee
just,
failed.
yeah, everybody just failed. Nothing worked.
Mm.
Owners went back and forth with one issue. The players came trade him. He did the NFL deal. He couldn't get anything done. And then they wouldn't talk. And they stopped. And it just went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then, because money talks louder than anything else, when the season started and games started getting canceled,
Mhm.
both sides at that point realized owners ain't making no money. And the more games that are cut from the schedule, the more money they're both going to lose. It's all coming out of both of their pockets. So then negotiators start getting serious when games started getting canceled. And then they finally got back to the bargaining table and they worked out this agreement. It was the three major things that they were talking about were basketball-related income, which the players used to have. 57% of all revenue from all the teams went to the players, and then the other 43% went to the owners. And then they wanted $1 billion, something like that. That's a lot. They finally agreed. They got it down to 50-50, which basically was a 7% cut from what the players were getting before, which was basically
What did they gain?
Now, are you talking about the owners or the players?
No, the players. That's a unilateral cut.
only-
You don't give up anything for nothing.
The only thing the players were able to gain, that from what I understand, is that they fought against what's called a hard salary cap. The owners wanted a hard salary cap, meaning there's only so much money that they would be able to invest in their team and not have to, and they had to combine all the salaries of all the players, and they could not go over this one hard threshold that's non-negotiable. The players were able to get that, what's called now a soft cap. Basically means they can go past that level.
Okay.
And when it goes past that level, of course, there's luxury tax fees that the league is going to correct. If they say that, I think the threshold is 61 or 62 million dollars. No, I think it's 71 million dollars, something like that. That is like the cap. Okay.
But there's only certain teams that can afford to pay up to that salary.
And the,
cap, right?
and the problem is, and that's what this Chris Paul thing really went to show, is that the big teams like San Antonio, New York Knicks, the LA Lakers, the Miami Heat, they've got these wealthy owners that have been running their business, and Chicago Bulls, I forget the owner of the Bulls' name, but anyway, but these major market teams make a lot of money. They have large revenue streams. They can bring in lots of fan bases. Their games sell out. They have superstar marquee players. Well, the players who are the superstars realize that certain owners in